very hard to be a bisexual person in that cast because everyone is hot. It's a very horny place. I love being more boring. I love it all. I love not caring. It's just heaven. I like to completely forget I have a body and just exist. Hi, I'm Self Esteem and I'm getting up close with Cosmo. Biggest game-changing moments. I mean, the last 2 years, really, it's just snowballed on and on and on. And the most exciting thing I could have ever imagined is like got trumped like by the next week for a while. It was just crazy. And it's strange having everything you ever sort of wanted happen. Also sort of very difficult. It's been really overwhelming and obviously exhausting in all the normal ways. But it's changed the game just for me as a human being to be like listened to for the first time. Respected actually, and it hasn't been because of what I look like or because of who I know. It's been because of the art, and it's really mind-blowing. And like things still come in and out of my head and I doubt it or I compare myself and I'm like, nah, I will forever have that, like I represented my art and some people listened. Like I'll never lose that now, and that's the sort of baseline to come back to for the rest of whatever happens next for me. My style icon, it's either George Michael or Madonna. When Madonna or George Michael look similar. The cross-section of like, I don't know what sort of year it is, probably like 89 or something for both of them. If in doubt, I do a Madonna look and I feel better. I feel really the most comfortable in a more sort of masculine silhouette. I love like a blue jeans and a white t-shirt and a leather jacket. That's when I feel the best, I think. I like to feel as free as I can. I like to completely forget I have a body and just exist. That's my goal with fashion. I think I feel the most me still, no surprise to anyone, but like a baggy suit. Like I love to feel sort of masculine power and the structure of a suit. I love when it's big enough to just sort of, it's like my body moves inside of it and that's for me, you know, like I think I'm the sexiest when I'm not in something inherently sexy. From the suit I wore at Wembley, it's just so, I don't know, big white suit, like that turns heads more than a, you know, cocktail dress for me. And that white suit you can actually rent with Cabaret through By Rotation at the moment. They're putting some of my most memorable outfits into a collection that you can rent and take them out yourself. Yes, I'm immediately going and making another album. I'm having like 8 days off and then I've already got half of it done, I think. So there'll be a new album as soon as possible, but I do probably need a holiday. I'm not going to take huge amounts of time off, but I think I just need a minute to make sure creatively. But I don't know, might put a song out this year. Can I share a secret about being in Cabaret? It's a very horny place. It's very hard to be a bisexual person in that cast because everyone is hot. Yeah, it's been the time of my life. I think my favourite kind of night out is like the worst place possible and you make that fun. Like whenever I've been to something that's like classy or cool or fashionable, I'm like, nah. But like a pub or like with a karaoke or something that you don't think is going to be good always ends up being. Yeah, I just love making things that aren't fun. My karaoke song choice was always Maybe This Time from the musical Cabaret, but I think I'll have to change that now. I love doing Their Better Boo Miracle by the Arctic Monkeys. It's not a floor filler, but it's all about me and enjoying myself. But yeah, embarrassingly, because I'm a professional singer, karaoke is still my favourite thing to do. It's not very cool, is it? Busman's holiday, but yeah, I love it. When I'm getting upset or worried or I'm comparing myself, you just come back to like, you have one chance to be alive and it's not that long. And to spend it devoted to the idea of someone else's idea of you is like, logically makes no sense. So that, for me, deploy logic and go, do I care about this or is it just someone else's idea of me that would care about it? And then self-esteem is like, you know, it's loving yourself, but to do that, it's like respecting yourself and giving yourself the permission to be true. Does that make sense? Do you know what? I had the best time at the Blur Wembley show, and it was just a very celebratory day. One of my besties from LA was there because her boyfriend loves Blur, and they came over, and so I was standing there with my mate Brittany, watching Blur, singing Really, 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 Really Could Happen, as this, you know, in a sort of balmy evening was quite amazing. The best thing about festival season, I do love playing festivals and I will whinge about it all the way there during being there. But the gig bit, now these days is so fun, and it was so interesting on this last record because it was such a slow build, and then it was quite a few moments of going, oh my God, like I'd never walked out to stages that full before in 15 years doing music, and it was very fun. It was very fun. And the worst is, I hate the catering because you see like loads of people who've got off with over the last 20 years. I hate the toilets. Well, that's maybe it. I whinge, but it is always still very magical playing a festival. I respond really well to like the permission to do nothing. So yeah, at the moment I'm sleeping like a teenage boy with growing pains. I'm like 1 p.m. I'm like surfacing and I love it, and then just telly, man, love it, and eating and going to bed at 8, seeing no one. That's my ideal way to spend the day off. I don't want no markets, I don't want no dinners, I don't want to see anyone. I just want just me and pleasing myself. I've actually been working my way through blockbuster films. So I did all the Lord of the Rings, Braveheart, Last of the Mohicans, that was long, Titanic. Have you watched Titanic recently? It's so fun. So I'm not really watching telly at the minute. I'm making long blockbuster movies, sort of 10-part episodic Netflix shows for myself. Being in your 30s is the best. It's just so much better. I just love it. But the only thing about it that's hard is society, because it's actually like I am the happiest I've ever been, and it's so much down to unlearning to let go of so much you cared about. I love being more boring. I love it all. I love not caring. It's just heaven. And like I'm on this show with a load of 20-year-olds, you know, and I'm having the best time. And I see it in someone who's maybe 22, like they're worried about something or someone else or what they're being compared to, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, remember that? Like it's just heaven not feeling like that anymore. Great question. Oh my God. My Life, Shirley Bassey. Do you know that song? I play it at the end of my shows. We bow to it and dance off, and it makes me feel perfect. My cocktail of choice, I think, honestly, it's just a G&T, like a really classic. Again, it's like a pair of blue jeans to me. It's like, you can't go wrong with it. It feels like a moment. I saw Elizabeth Hurley once have a G&T, and it was remarkable. And I've really took it with me into my future. I'm like, if you're gonna have a G&T, have one like Elizabeth Hurley did. Just crisp, no messing about, glamour. I'm excited to come at the next part of my life with the confidence and the self-assurance that I never had, you know, because society didn't let me have it, and now I'm like, right, I'm not letting that affect me anymore. What can I achieve with like feeling it like an equal? I think there's empowerment, and there's like, I used to be sort of like really angry and bullish with it and being like, I need to prove something, and there's a sort of calm confidence and self-worth now that I'm interested to see what that means for my art, how I represent myself. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed being close with me.